I just fucking love proving people wrong. Don't you guys just love proving people wrong? Something about it. I mean, like, it's not like we're taught that it's not a good thing to compare yourself to others. Your parents will say, "Hey, like, just focus on yourself. We're all on our different journeys. Like, everyone else's like thoughts and opinions and their thoughts and value. It shouldn't matter." But fuck me, I love it. I love proving people wrong. I don't know if that's relatable to anyone else, but just something about it. Like I know I shouldn't like it, but my ego loves it. It's actually a really good form of motivation for me. Actually, it's not something I think about all the time, but when there is a moment where I do prove someone wrong, or I prove something wrong, or like a bunch of people wrong, or the status quo of anything, I fucking love it. And that shit just fucking puts a fire under my belly, and it's like this. It's a different form of fire. It's a flame that you can't get anywhere else just by hyping yourself up, by reading these like motivational books or YouTube videos of David Goggins and Jocko Willink and Joe Rogan yelling in your face. Like, it's a different kind of feeling when you personally know someone or experience someone who says to your face that what you're doing is wrong, or the path you're on, it's wrong and you're never gonna make it, or it's a waste of time. I kind of experienced it today, and frankly enough, or weirdly enough, was with a friend. Um, and we're pretty much getting into a talk. Like, we agree on a lot of things, but it was the first time when we had some sort of disagreement or a different perspective on a specific view. And I was pretty much saying how, like, on my free time or even on holidays, I feel like it's a waste of time when I don't at least show up and do some sort of work and stay disciplined. For example, the specific example was, there's a 4-day festival happening soon, and it was inviting me pretty much. And I said, look, it sounds really fun, and I'm sure, like, it would be a great time, but I feel like after the second day, I'd want to go home and I get bored of it, and I just want to just get back into the grind of things. And I guess he didn't really understand that. And I gave him an example of, like, oh yeah, I booked a trip to Portugal and we're there for 4 nights, and I still tried going to the gym every day, and he was in disbelief. It's kind of like, for him, going on a holiday or doing a fun event, or just that means that you get to put a complete break on whatever the fuck you're doing, and you get to, in my point of view, be lazy and chill out and enjoy life. That's his point of view, enjoy life. And I think I enjoy life when I know I'm getting shit done. I enjoy life when I know there's something that I need to do, or there's days where I don't want to do it and I still do it anyway. That sort of internal validation, I can't get anywhere else. I can't get from a 4-day festival. I can't get that from going away on a holiday. Yeah, it can be fun. And it doesn't mean I won't enjoy it, but when I'm on my deathbed, what am I going to remember? That music festival where I took a lot of drugs and I barely got any sleep, and his kind of argument was, oh, you're going to get a lot of steps in. Yeah, okay. Where I got a lot of steps in? Or am I going to look back on the period where I know I could have had fun, I know I could have slacked off, but I still decided to show up and put in the work when no one else was doing it? What am I honestly going to look back on? And by the way, that thing that I'm missing out on, everyone's going to forget after a few days anyway. And the meaningful work I was intending to do, that could set me up for the rest of my life and change my life. Is a 4-day festival going to change my life? I'm sure he could have argued that. And I don't hate this guy, by the way. If he ever finds this video, I love you, bro. But it's just astonishing to me that people prioritize different things in life. I prioritize my future, and a lot of people prioritize the present moment. That's the difference between instant and delayed gratification, I guess. And if you don't know, I think delayed gratification is definitely the one most people, or everyone, should be striving for, because that's what brings you the most amount of happiness at the end of the day. And when people tell you something that's wrong, yeah, we can all have different viewpoints, and it doesn't have to be an argument. And that's not what happened today. I kind of just brushed it off. But in the back of my mind, when he was telling me his thoughts and point of views, I couldn't help but disagree, but also be like, yeah, I'm gonna prove you wrong, motherfucker. One point in particular, he said, oh, so what are you gonna do when you achieve that goal? It's gonna feel empty. That's what he said. And it made me think. I'm like, yeah, I know it's gonna make me empty, but that's when you decide to pick another goal and you go after it again. And what isn't that the point of life? And if the point of life is doing something and you feel empty, you do it again. I'd rather be rich and successful and feel empty than fucking broke and depressed and empty. I'd rather be retired by 30 and have a loving wife and kids and be empty than to still be working a fucking job I hate, haven't found the mother of my future children, still haven't gotten my own place that I can call my home. and feel empty? What you tell me. If we're all gonna feel empty at the end of the day, which sort of empty do you want? I want the empty where I'm sitting in a fucking Lamborghini just driving down and just enjoying life, windows down, music playing. I doubt I'd be feeling empty then. But yeah, I fucking love proving people wrong. It just kind of, initially after that conversation ended, I felt kind of, made me feel a certain way, not a good way, because I was like, man, this is my friend, and we just have completely different point of views, and there was no point in me just pushing him and showing him my point of view or perspective as much as I wanted to go in depth, because like there's just no point. I feel like people to realize for themselves, and at the end of the day, yeah, people get to make their own decisions in life, and I'm not going to tell someone how to do the right thing or wrong thing, and yeah, it's just funny how people have different perspectives that just shapes their life, and I noticed like the point of view of the values and the thoughts that I have and the plan I have for myself, and I'm sure the people watching this video, you guys can relate. Like there aren't many people like us, as cringe as that may sound, and like they'll use that against you, like what my mate was doing subconsciously, or he probably wasn't even realizing, but he was making not fun, but like it was kind of just questioning my decisions, and that's got to be the hardest part, is when everyone else seems to be against you. They all think they all think they know what they're doing. They think what they're doing is the right or normal thing. There's no such thing as a normal, bro. There's only better or worse, and I think the path that we decide to go on is a lot better than the path they end up going, because we know where they're going. I asked him, he's like, oh, I'll probably have kids when I'm 30. Like that's his response. Like, yeah, sure, but yeah, I'll have all my fun now, and by my 30s I'll wind down. Like, why can't we have fun? Why can't you work hard now when you have the most amount of energy? And sure, you're gonna have to sacrifice a few things, but like I don't even see that as a sacrifice. I'm missing a festival, bro. It's fine, bro. It's just no one's gonna. Am I really gonna think of? Oh man, I wish I went to that festival. I know for a fact I'm gonna be like, oh man, I really fucking wish I worked harder in my 20s. I really wish I wasn't working now that I'm fucking 50 years old. Oh, and that guy who said he wanted to be disciplined even when he's on his travels, or even when he doesn't have to work hard, he still was, yeah, he made the wrong call, right? As I'm fucking chilling on some exotic island, haven't worked in 20 years, a proper job. I think it's a pretty simple decision. And I think this moment is kind of one of those moments where it like ignites that sort of like undying flame in me, like that purple flame. I left that conversation after I put some thought to it, and I felt off and weird and just kind of down. I was like, damn, I wish my friend could understand, but we're taking the unconventional path, and that means people aren't going to understand. That's a part of the journey. It means he's doing something right, in my opinion. So for anyone else listening to this feeling lost, not knowing if the path they're on right now, it's the right one, because, you're not seeing the results straight up, it's not going to be an easy path. No one said it's going to be easy. But I think at the end of the day, you got to decide which path you want to take. And I think between us two, at least, whoever else is watching, like, we're doing the right thing. And I fully believe in what I'm doing, and I know it's going to pay off one day. And I'm sure he's going to get his version of that too. All right. Good night, guys. It is I, Tony fucking Lee. I love you all. Keep working hard. Keep believing. Don't give up. Don't bend to other people's values or thoughts. If anything, just take that and use it as extra fuel and keep going harder. I love you all.